Hello, welcome. Cabbage here, and here's my review for the new impossible drop monster Kushinada Zero. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about this one. I am going to plan to make the max luck for this one. I did not decide to make the max luck for Izanami Zero, just because I thought she was too similar to Izanami. But this Kushinada Zero is one, different enough from the regular Kushinada, and then two, very powerful in her own right, that I think she's worth making a max luck. So yeah, let's go ahead and look at her stats. She is a power type, and then actually she is one of the better power types stats-wise, because her HP is super high, like tank level. Once in a while, power types will have very low hit points, but Kushinada Zero does not suffer from that. And then attack is about 30,000, which is in keeping with power types. And she also has a gauge on top, so she'll get extra damage when hitting the gauge. And then speed is slow-ish, maybe 220, 230, but not horrible. It's not like 200 or something. Alrighty, next we'll look at her abilities. She's got the Quattro abilities, like Izanami Zero and then Tsukuyomi. She's got the double null ability, no gravity barrier, no block. And yeah, if you think about it from a certain way, she's the like the second impossible monster with only one null gimmick of one of the main four gimmicks. The first being Izanagi, which has only a null damage wall. And then you could count Kushinada Zero as the second with only null gravity barrier. And then her other null ability is no block, which has not really manifested itself as a null ability that we need to really, seek out. But as the game progresses, it'll become more and more usable. And then, just like pretty much every other character in the game, no block is on the gauge. So that gives us versatility about whether we want to use that ability or not. And then if you saw my videos where I farm the Reaper quests, you kind of want to miss the gauge for no block maybe half the time, just depending on your placement and your situation. And so having no block on the gauge means that Kushinada has no gravity barrier passive in her. And this is so awesome, especially since she's a power type. Because this means that when she is a part of a command strike shot from another character, she will be able to move normally through gravity barriers. And yeah, this really increases her usability. And yeah, for that reason actually she's a good partner with the regular Kushinada, since she'll be moved with the Yakumo command strike shot. Alrighty. And then to look at the two Slayers, she has a Deity Slayer and Paladin Slayer. Deity Slayer works on lots and lots of bosses, and Paladin Slayer works on Yamato Takeru, in addition to some other people. So yeah, lots of usability. She's a little bit specialized because of her no block, but with the no gravity barrier passive in her, she'll be very useful in many places, I think. And then kind of like with Izanami Zero, Kushinada Zero's strike shot and bump combo were kind of reversed. And so the plasma, which used to be the Kushinada's bump combo, is now her strike shot. Whomever she touches, she creates a plasma link between them, and then she can touch up to 3 of the guys and get 3 plasmas in there, and they'll all do, crazy damage. And then if any of those guys that she touches has a Slayer passive in them, that Slayer will go into that single link of plasma between them. So this can do ridiculous amounts of damage. And then the bump combo is the Trident Laser L, and this is the same bump combo that Marguerite Alpha Evolution has, but Kushinada Zero's is a lock-on version. So yeah, it'll shoot out in whatever direction the closest enemy is. It's a little bit less powerful than the average Trident Laser because Kushinada is a power type, but it is still pretty darn strong, especially very close to a monster. And yeah, this is very exciting because any drop monster with a lock-on laser is pretty great. If you've used a Satellite or like Rotbone or Babel, then you know how fun it is to have a lock-on laser on a drop monster. But unlike all of those guys, Kushinada Zero has kind of one of the more main null gimmicks, which is null gravity barrier. So that's very insane. I'm very much looking forward to making a max luck of this guy. And then yeah, to talk about what quests Kushinada Zero would be good for, with the Deity Slayer, she'd be good for Tsukuyomi, of course. Because of her slow speed though, I highly recommend you use Kushinada Zero with a speed up type. And then you could also use her, well, with Paladin Slayer and Null Gravity Barrier, you could take her to Yamato Takeru, of course. And then later, when Tsukuyomi Zero gets her quest, blocks will be a really big factor there. So Null Block will come in handy there, as well as the Deity Slayer. Yeah, and then let's see what GameWith says about floors of the tower. Oh, quite a few actually. Floor 22, 27, 35. Alright, pretty cool. Maybe I'll make some free party runs using Kushinada Zero through the Tower of Champions. Alright, but anyway, let's move on to the quest that we'll bring her to. And that is the Water Murasame. Yeah, you might have noticed, but for a lot of my monster reviews, I'll use these voucher quests. And it's handy just because they're always there. It doesn't always work out that there's a quest up that a monster is good for, so... Alright. So the gimmicks here, there are warps and gravity barriers. And then a lot of the mobs are fire element, so that's why I'm bringing a couple of water monsters. And then the boss is water element, of course, so Kushinada Zero can do good damage to her. And the other characters I'm bringing are Arthur, Nobunaga X, and Amakusa Shiro. Pretty overpowered, but hopefully not too overpowered so that we kind of lose sight of Kushinada Zero's usefulness. Yeah, none of my guys have no warp, so I just have to kind of work around them. And maybe ideally take down the no warp guys first. Okay, there's that gravity barrier coming into play. Ah, oh well. Alright, there's that lock-on trident laser. And then, as with all other laser bump combos, or most other laser bump combos, it's actually shooting out 3, and they're a little bit staggered in their timing. And so we saw it go down and then up. What happened is that with the first laser, we took down that zombie, and it was just gone. And so the next lock-on laser went to the top zombie. It moved up. And then, yeah, as we just saw here with the snake, it moved there as well, or shot in different directions. So yeah, if you're taking down guys as you're using Kushinada's bump combo, you're going to cover a lot of the screen. So yeah, not as powerful as a lock-on one-way laser, but, you know, covers more ground, and is paired with a better null ability than any previous lock-on laser character. Alright, let's see... oh no, not yet. Alright, great damage there. Helped by Arthur, but you know. Alright, so here let's look at Kushinada Zero's attack. It's a 30,000, and then plus some more for the gauge, and then plus some more for the weak point. Oof, 800,000. That's crazy. Yeah, of course, power types, they don't need to hit the enemy as often. which is why they usually have a slower speed. And then in instances where speed is not very needed, like in pinching between two guys, then power types are recommended there. Okay, pretty good so far. Alright, here again, we'll just go after the zombie first. Okay, that's pretty amazing damage on that warp monster, especially considering that it's the wrong element. Okay, well, an irregular bound, but still pretty darn good damage to the mini-boss there. Alright, let's see if we can take down the zombie here. Excellent. Alright, I think we'll grab the heart and we can look at how Kushinada's laser does in the mini-boss. Crazy. Again, helped by Arthur, but still, very, very good damage. Okay. Okay, here comes the boss stage. So again, let's have a look at Kushinada's laser. This time I'm going to go right into the weak point. Crazy damage again, very cool. And let's see how much it does here. Okay, also very crazy. And that was with just one laser, since Kushinada was too far away to get all three in there. Okay, pretty good. Okay, next boss stage, we'll try to go after the zombie again. I just love that the no gravity barrier is passive in Kushinada. Makes her very easy to play with. Okay, good damage there. Didn't quite take down the zombie, but we're close. Okay, great. Alright, and then here let's have a look at Kushinada's speed as she does a bounce on the enemy. Yeah, not too great. No big deal. Okay, I think this is the second to last boss stage here. And then, yeah, since I see a field full of enemies, let's go ahead and use Nobunaga X's strike shot. And then I'm trying to think of the best angle. I thought of originally kind of going up, but that wouldn't have been very much, that wouldn't have had too much effect with Kushinada. So we'll do one with Kushinada centric and see what happens. Ho ho ho. Yeah, about 1 million damage, at least, from Kushinada Zero. Just because she got, you know, stuck in between the fireball and then the boss there. And yeah, this is a really good technique to use with the Grand Command Strike Shot. Especially with characters with a no gravity barrier passive in them. Yeah, I can see this character being a lot of fun. Okay, so we'll just take care of this guy and then move on to the last stage. And then we'll start thinking about setting up for Kushinada Zero Strike Shot. Ideally, we would like her to be in a place where she can hit all 3 of our guys. And yeah, you know, get a lot of movement around so that she can get more plasma into the boss. Unfortunately, these 2 warp guys up here at the top are going to give us some trouble. So we'll try to work to get rid of them. Yeah, but we'll stall a little bit. We won't try to take down the boss right away. Okay, pretty good. And we'll see what we can do here. So-so. Alright, again, just thinking about positioning, we'll try to get everyone in a place where Kushinada Zero can hit everyone. Alright. Well, didn't quite take down the warp guy, but we'll still go ahead. Alright, let's activate this. There we go. Might have been a little bit hard to see with all the lasers, but yeah, that plasma definitely did a lot of damage. Alright, so yeah, using her, she is an impossible monster, no doubt about it. She's pretty fun. Alrighty. So hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully that gave you some ideas on how to use Kushinada Zero. And yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you again.